Have you ever questioned why we believe what we believe? This simple yet profound question marks the beginning of our journey into the world of critical thinking. At its core, critical thinking is about challenging assumptions and seeking evidence, and it all starts with a healthy dose of skepticism. Imagine you're scrolling through your social media feed and you come across a headline claiming, "Drinking coffee can add 10 years to your life." Your first instinct might be to rejoice and reach for another cup of joe. But the critical thinker in you should pause, question, and seek evidence before accepting this claim. Skepticism, you see, is not about being cynical or dismissive. Rather, it's about adopting a questioning mindset, a hunger for evidence, and a readiness to revise your beliefs based on new information. It's about asking questions like, who conducted this study? What was the sample size? How was the data interpreted? Now, let's consider a real-world example to illustrate the difference between truth and falsehood. A few years ago, a rumor spread that swallowing gum would mean it stays in your stomach for 7 years. But a quick fact check reveals that while our bodies can't fully digest gum, it doesn't stay with us for 7 years. It passes through our system like any other food. This example underscores the importance of not just accepting information at face value, but digging a little deeper to find the truth. In our era of information overload, being able to distinguish fact from fiction has become a vital skill. It's not about doubting everything, but rather about being open to questioning, to seeking evidence, and to changing your mind when new facts emerge. So, as we embark on our exploration of critical thinking, let's remember that it all begins with curiosity and questioning. In the words of physicist and Nobel laureate Richard Feynman, "I would rather have questions that can't be answered than answers that can't be questioned." Remember, in the quest for truth, questioning is not just welcomed, it's essential. How often do we fall prey to deceptive arguments without even realizing it? It's a question that haunts many of us. After all, we live in a world where misinformation is but a click away, and logical fallacies are the invisible threads that weave this deceptive tapestry. But fear not, today we're going to dissect these fallacies and reveal them for what they truly are: illusions of sound reasoning. Let's start with a favorite among online debaters, the ad hominem attack. This fallacy occurs when someone attempts to rebut an argument by attacking the person making it, rather than addressing the argument itself. Picture this: you're in a heated discussion about climate change. Instead of presenting data or counter-arguments, your opponent points out that you drive a gas-guzzling car. They've successfully diverted the conversation from the actual issue and instead focused on discrediting you. That, my friends, is an ad hominem attack in action. Next, we have the slippery slope fallacy. This is where one assumes that a small step will inevitably lead to a chain of events resulting in some extreme outcome. Imagine someone arguing against the legalization of marijuana by saying, "If we legalize marijuana, next thing you know, we'll be legalizing all drugs, leading to a society riddled with addiction." This argument assumes that one event will inevitably follow another, without any evidence to support this chain of events. It's like saying if you eat one cookie, you'll end up eating the entire batch. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But logical fallacies are not limited to these two. There's the false cause fallacy, where one event is assumed to cause another just because they happen sequentially, or the appeal to nature fallacy, where something is deemed good or right because it's natural. The list goes on, and each fallacy is a siren song luring us away from rational thinking. So why do these fallacies hold sway over us? Well, they appeal to our emotions, our biases, and our desire for simplicity. They offer a shortcut through the complex landscapes of thought and argument. But this shortcut often leads us astray. The first step to avoid falling into the trap of logical fallacies is to recognize them. But recognition alone is not enough. We must also challenge them, question them, and ultimately debunk them. By doing so, we strip these fallacies of their power and reclaim our ability to think critically. In the next scene, we'll delve deeper into the art of analysis, another crucial aspect of critical thinking. So stay tuned and prepare to further sharpen your mind's blade. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep thinking critically. Remember, a mind equipped with critical thinking is a fortress, impervious to the deceptions of the world. When faced with a complex problem, do you know how to dissect it and find a solution? Now, that's a question worth pondering. It's a skill we call analysis, and it's a cornerstone of critical thinking. Let's dive into it. Imagine a mammoth puzzle, a sprawling mass of pieces, each unique yet part of the whole picture. Our task is to piece together this puzzle to make sense of this chaos. This is what analysis is all about. It's about breaking down complex issues into manageable components, evaluating evidence objectively, and arriving at rational conclusions. Take, for instance, the challenge of climate change. It's a global issue, vast and complex, affecting billions of people in myriad ways. It can seem overwhelming, almost impossible to comprehend in its entirety. But through the lens of analysis, we can break it down into more manageable parts. First, we identify the key components of the problem. These might include rising global temperatures, melting polar ice caps, extreme weather events, and the impact on biodiversity. Each of these components is a piece of the puzzle, a thread in the tapestry of the larger issue. Next, we evaluate the evidence. We look at scientific studies. We scrutinize data. We weigh expert opinions. We sift through the noise to find the signal, the hard facts that shed light on each component of the problem. We're not swayed by sensational headlines or emotional appeals. Instead, we seek out reliable, evidence-based information. And finally, we arrive at conclusions. We piece together the puzzle, weaving together the threads of evidence to form a coherent picture of the problem. We understand that climate change is not just about warmer summers or more intense hurricanes. It's a systemic issue, rooted in our reliance on fossil fuels and our patterns of consumption and production. But it's not enough to simply arrive at a conclusion. We must also be willing to reassess and revise our understanding as new evidence emerges. This is the essence of critical thinking. It's not about being right, it's about seeking truth. Take a moment to reflect on this process. Can you apply it to other complex issues in your life? Perhaps a challenging project at work, a difficult relationship, or a personal goal that seems out of reach. With the tools of analysis at your disposal, you can dissect these challenges, understand them more deeply, and find effective solutions. And remember, analysis is not a solitary endeavor. It's a collaborative process, enriched by diverse perspectives and insights. So, engage in conversations, debate ideas, challenge assumptions. This is how we sharpen our analytical skills, and this is how we grow as critical thinkers. So, the next time you're faced with a complex problem, don't be daunted. Embrace the challenge, break it down, evaluate the evidence, arrive at a conclusion, and remember, it's okay to revise your understanding as new evidence emerges. This is the art of analysis. The art of analysis is the key to unlocking the solution to any problem. So let's wield this key with confidence and curiosity as we continue our journey through the fascinating realm of critical thinking. Did you know that curiosity and creativity are the driving forces behind innovation and discovery? This is not just a statement, it's a key to unlocking the power of your mind. Curiosity and creativity are not just traits, they're tools. Tools that, when sharpened and honed, can cut through the densest fog of ignorance and illuminate the path to knowledge and understanding. Let's take a moment to consider the symbiotic relationship between curiosity and creativity. Like two sides of the same coin, they complement and fuel each other. Curiosity is the spark that ignites the quest for knowledge. It's the insatiable thirst that drives us to question, to probe, to explore. It's the force that propels us into the unknown, eager to uncover what lies beyond the horizon of our understanding. Creativity, on the other hand, is the ability to connect the dots, to see patterns where others see chaos, to find solutions where others see problems. It's the capacity to look at the world from different angles, to think outside the box, to imagine the unimaginable. Now consider the power that these two forces can unleash when they work together. When curiosity asks the question, creativity seeks the answer. When curiosity uncovers a problem, creativity conjures up a solution. Take, for example, the story of the Wright brothers. Their intense curiosity about the possibility of human flight led them to relentlessly study and experiment. And it was their creativity that enabled them to envision and design a machine that could defy gravity. Their curiosity and creativity not only led to the invention of the airplane, but also changed the course of human history. Or consider the groundbreaking work of Marie Curie. Her curiosity about the mysterious properties of certain elements led her to conduct exhaustive research. Her creativity enabled her to devise new methods and techniques for her investigations. The result? She discovered radium and polonium, and her work has had far-reaching impacts in the fields of medicine, chemistry, and physics. These are just a few examples of how curiosity and creativity, working hand in hand, have fueled innovation and discovery. They highlight the immense potential that lies within each of us, waiting to be tapped. So how do we cultivate these crucial attributes? By challenging ourselves, by asking questions, by seeking out new experiences and perspectives, by nurturing an open mind and a flexible attitude, by learning to tolerate ambiguity and uncertainty, by pushing the boundaries of our comfort zones and daring to venture into the unknown. To keep the flame of innovation burning, never stop being curious and creative. Remember, curiosity and creativity are not finite resources that can be exhausted. They are renewable, they are infinite. They are the fuel that powers the engine of progress. So keep asking questions, keep exploring, keep imagining. The world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered, and you hold the key. How can you use the power of critical thinking to navigate through life successfully? The answer is simple, yet it requires continuous practice and dedication. Critical thinking is not just a skill, it's a lifestyle. It's about questioning the world around you, breaking down complex issues, recognizing and avoiding logical fallacies, and fueling your curiosity and creativity. Today, we've unearthed the essence of critical thinking, taking a deep dive into its foundations, unraveling logical fallacies, exploring the art of analysis, and celebrating the role of curiosity and creativity. But this is not the end of your journey, rather it's just the beginning. The principles of critical thinking we've discussed are not just theoretical concepts, they're practical tools you can use every day. Whether you're making a decision, solving a problem, or engaging in a debate, these tools will help you navigate the complexities of life with confidence and clarity. Remember, skepticism is your ally. It's okay to question assumptions and seek evidence. This doesn't mean you're cynical or distrustful. It means you're thoughtful and discerning. It means you're not content to accept things at face value, but eager to delve deeper and uncover the truth. Don't forget the traps of logical fallacies. They can be sneaky and persuasive, but now you can spot them and dismantle them. You're no longer an easy prey for deception, but a formidable defender of reason. The art of analysis is your secret weapon. It allows you to slice through the noise and confusion, to break down problems into manageable parts, and to draw insights from a sea of information. It's a skill that requires practice, but the rewards are immense. And finally, never underestimate the power of curiosity and creativity. They are the twin engines of innovation and discovery. They push the boundaries of what's possible and open the door to new ideas and perspectives. Embrace them, nurture them, let them guide you on your journey of intellectual exploration. As we wrap up this narrative, remember that the power of critical thinking is now in your hands. It's a powerful tool, a beacon of light in a world often clouded by misinformation and confusion. It's your compass, guiding you towards informed decisions, sound judgments, and a deeper understanding of the world around you. But like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how you use it. So practice it, hone it, make it a part of your daily life. Embrace the challenge of thinking critically, not because it's easy, but because it's hard and because it's worth it. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey towards mastering critical thinking has just begun, and there's no limit to how far you can go. With the power of critical thinking, you are now better equipped to navigate the complex world around you.